Let's go to the phones. You're calling from a 210 area code. Who's this?
Yeah, it's John from San Antonio. Good afternoon, Sam.
Hi, John. How's it going?
It's going well. I want to talk about Ryan and the fact that whether he's going to bring up the TPP and the lame duck. And I've been reading various articles about this, and what he's doing in these articles is he's basically lying, to these interviewers who don't seem to know the difference. In other words, he's saying that the reason why he's not bringing up TPP is because he doesn't have the votes, and he's also saying that it needs to be renegotiated also. And the whole reason for the TPA vote was because this is going to be an up or down vote. You can't negotiate on it. That was the whole purpose of the TPA vote. And so
I should just tell people the TPA is basically fast track authority.
Right. And so that passed last June of 2015. And so I'm wondering, why he's lying to all these interviewers about this. I mean, he had an article in The Hill about 11 days ago, and he also did an interview with Maria Bartolomo or whatever in February, where he said the same thing, that this needs to be renegotiated. And I guess the reason he's doing this, I think there are two possible reasons. One is that he's afraid of the Freedom Caucus, and he just doesn't want to vote on it because he doesn't want to piss them off. And two is he doesn't want activists to be concerned about it. So if he just keeps saying we don't have the votes, activists aren't going to be calling their Congress people and talking about the possibility that it could come up. And let me give you an example. My congressman is Joaquin Castro, and he had a telephone town hall the other night, and I asked him about it, and he voted against TPA. And when he answered me, he was waffling all over the place. He was saying, well, on one hand, trade can be good, and Chamber of Commerce supports this, and all these other kind of bogus reasons. And then on the other hand, the unions are against it. But he was basically saying the same lie that Ryan is. In other words, this is going to be a new bill, and I have to look over this bill carefully, and I have to make this change, and I have to, I'm still considering. So, I mean, this kind of made me think, well, why is he saying this? He voted against TPA, and now he's saying he's considering for voting for the bill, for TPP.
I mean, look, there's a lot of pressure on these guys to vote, if only because Obama wants it so bad. He's getting he's probably getting calls directly from the White House on this. I mean, but you're right. What I have heard no one explain to me is, how do you renegotiate a treaty that has already been signed by the, whatever it is, 17 countries? Like, they signed it back almost not a year ago, but I think like in the fall of 2015. I don't understand how the United States Congress unilaterally changes, or the president unilaterally changes the obligations under this. I mean, so I think there's a lot of kabuki that's going on. And even in the context of like the Republican complaints, like I saw stuff like some Republican in that piece about I think it was about Obama signaling that he was going to, not even signaling, not implying, like specifically saying we're going to bring this up in the lame duck, or we're going to try. Some Republicans are concerned about tobacco warnings in other countries. Some people were talking about wanting stricter IP rules in certain areas. I mean, I start to wonder, like, do these people not know that it's already been signed? Or do I not understand what it means that they can't unilaterally change provisions at this point? And so I started to think like maybe there's a little bit of kabuki theater that's going on here. But with all that said, I mean, it's possible these Republicans are saying like, oh, you're going to have to give me something else. Like, here's my complaint. You can't change it? Oh, okay. I mean, it's just like a negotiation, some type of leverage. I want something else. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. And so, from the perspective of people who don't want the TPP to come up for a vote or to pass, the thing to do is, it seems to me, is to be, both push the far right in saying like, Paul Ryan will be a traitor if he gives Obama his, Obama trade. Like, honestly, the most effective thing I think anybody could do would just be whenever you see members of your family, for the most part, just say like, oh, Obama trade. And just, I don't even think you have to say anything after that. Just say, ugh, Obama trade, particularly if you're from Texas. And that should hopefully be, enough to convince them to call. Like, you got to call your representative. Like, Obama trade. Are you serious? We're going to have Obama trade now? Like, and then from a progressive standpoint, it would be to hit any type of wavering Democratic House members, and certainly all those that voted for fast track authority. Because, there's definitely something going on. The only thing I would say about Paul Ryan is I think that in February and even like 3 months ago, the idea that his primary could spiral out of control, it's not like he forgets Cantor, right? And so I think, saying nonsensical things that sound good to what he perceived could be a Trump revolt in his home district makes perfect sense to me. But I got to jump, John. Good point. I appreciate the call.
All right. Thank you.
Right. I mean, how awesome is it that John is a congressperson's constituent? Like, it's just
Actually, if I was a congressperson, I wouldn't think it was awesome at all.
That's why
I would be
I
really
love
resentful. Just
like, damn it.
It's like, not only can I not sort of evade this guy with nonsense, he'll also give me like a congressional history lesson while I'm at it.
Exactly.
And show me that I know far less about my job than he does.
There's no doubt.
Do we know what John does?
As far as I can tell, I think just
knows things about politics.
I don't know. I think.
I'm actually quite curious.
Hopefully he's the unofficial statistician of the show. He's our archivist.
Absolutely.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.